real estate, there's an expression, location, location, location. Where something is located is really the source of its value. That which is near it also has great value. You know, when we look at the Torah, perhaps we can apply this concept. Hashem wants to communicate his infinite mind to humanity and needs to do it in a document that we can manage. So where Hashem places things oftentimes has enormous importance. You know, if we were to look for the real estate or the prime real estate, until of course everything is important, one might look to the Aseret Dibrot, the Ten Commandments, the first statements that Hashem utters in giving over his vision for what the world should look like. So to speak, the keys to unlock the entire Torah. So if the Aseret Dibrot, the Ten Commandments, is that prime real estate, it's fascinating to know, well, what lies right next to it? Interestingly, there's a dialogue just before the giving of the Ten Commandments, which at first glance causes one to wonder, what's its purpose? The dialogue goes something as follows, that Moshe Rabbeinu is called up to the mountain, and Hashem seems to want to give him some last directives before he reveals himself and gives the Torah. And then Hashem says to Moshe, Moshe, read hoy ba'am, go and warn the people. I'm concerned they might want to rush up the mountain too fast. Moshe, go down, make sure they've created proper boundaries, proper limitations on the mountain. They're preparing properly. And Moshe says back to Hashem, he says to Hashem, Moshe Hashem, no, don't worry, Hashem. You already warned us in this. It's okay, Hashem, it's already taken care of. We don't need to do that again. And then Hashem says back to Hashem, Moshe, Moshe, go down the mountain, and I want you to bring, you and Aaron will be at a special place when I reveal myself, when I give the Torah. And to that Moshe agrees, and it's new information. He goes down the mountain and he tells Aaron. And then it says that after Moshe gives this information, immediately Hashem then begins, V'yidaber Hashem, Anochi Hashem Elokecha, I am Hashem the Lord your God. So what's happening in this dialogue? So the Medrash explains to us and says that what's happening is that Hashem needs for Moshe to go down the mountain. Why? Because Hashem is concerned that when he'll say those words, I am the Lord your God, and Moshe's up on the mountain, maybe the nation will make a mistake. Who's speaking? Is it Moshe speaking? Or is it Hashem speaking? I am the Lord your God. Who is it? So, it sounds strange, but Hashem wants the revelation, the national revelation, to be perfect. No one can be up here with me when I say those words. Moshe, I need for you to be down there when I say this. So he gives Moshe an assignment. Moshe, go down and tell the people to start preparing themselves, warn them. And Moshe says, Hashem, they already did that. So Hashem says, why don't you go down and you and Aaron will stand in a certain spot. And Moshe seems to accept that as new information, and he goes down the mountain. So the Medrash says, Hashem is trying to get Moshe down the mountain. But the question is, well, if you need for Moshe to go down the mountain, just say it directly, Moshe. It's national revelation now. World history depends on this. The purpose of creation is that that humanity should have a relationship with me. And I don't want to make a mistake that I exist and I'm real. There's going to be a one-time revelation for the world to see me. 5 million witnesses are going to see me now. And that memory is going to be transferred from generation to generation. And it's so important because that's going to be the basis of our emunah and our trust in Hashem, because our grandparents saw him, we saw him. Moshe, this is it. Right now, the world is waiting for this. Moshe, would you please go down the mountain? Yet Hashem won't say, go down the mountain. Hashem hints it. Moshe doesn't get the hint. Hashem offers another suggestion. That Moshe understands. But the question is, why won't Hashem say it directly? So the Medrash answers. Marsul, a commentator on the Medrash, says, because Hashem was concerned about something. If I say, Moshe, go down, in essence, Hashem is saying, Moshe, you don't belong here. And when you tell someone they don't belong, that causes pain. The essence of a human being's greatest need is to feel, I do belong. I'm important. I matter. I'm of value. And therefore Hashem will not say the words, Moshe, you do not belong here. The Marzu says, Shem yapil panav, lest his face fall. lest he feel shame, embarrassment, lest he feel that he's not someone of such great importance. And therefore it must be that in the divine vocabulary, the words "you don't belong" do not exist. And therefore what does Hashem need to do? Hashem needs to hint it. Because a hint is different. A hint is a gentle way of communicating something, and that a person could accept. So Hashem hints it, but Moshe doesn't get the hint. So Hashem offers another suggestion that Moshe understands. But if we think about it just a little deeper, surely Hashem could say to Moshe, Moshe, listen, you know that I love you. You know that I care about you. But I need for you to be at the bottom of the mountain right now. Because what I'm going to do right now is what the world has been waiting for. This is the most important moment since the creation of the world, my revelation. Moshe, it has to be perfect. Please go down. And surely Moshe would have understood that. Moshe, the Anav Mikol Adam, the humblest man in human history. Torah testifies about him. There's no ego, only desire to do the will of Hashem. Yet Hashem will not utter the words, Moshe, you don't belong here. Why? Because words that hurt, words that are painful, words that take away the essence of a human being's greatness do not exist in the divine vocabulary. And therefore Hashem has to try to hint it. And Moshe doesn't get the hint right away. So Hashem has to try to find another way to bring him down. This is the real estate just before the giving of the Ten Commandments. A dialogue between Moshe Rabbeinu and Hashem, which at first glance seems to be so odd. What's Hashem doing? Hinting back and forth. What's it doing there just before the giving of the Ten Commandments, the most important moment in human history, the national revelation? Yet it must be that this dialogue is prime real estate. Why? Because it's so significant. It's so important. Maybe it's so important. Why? Because it's teaching what the purpose of Torah is all about. The purpose of Torah is so that we should be able to understand who we are, that we're created in the image of God. That to look at another human being and see that person is created in the image of Hashem as well. To see that Tselem Elokim is what it's all about, and to realize who we are and what another is. And Hashem is communicating that to this dialogue. By not uttering the words, you don't belong. Hashem is saying, that's the way you have to see a human being. Every human being is of such value. He is of such value. She is of such value. And of course, you are of such value. And when you know that value about yourself, you're going to live up to the task and strive for greatness. And strive to be that human being that HaKadosh Baruch Hu wants you to be. So this dialogue is anything but unnecessary. It's super necessary. It's perhaps what the whole purpose of Torah is all about. And for that reason, it occupies such important real estate. May Hashem bless us all, that we should understand that just like Hashem will never utter those words, you don't belong, we have to be so careful not to say those words either. Oftentimes in our lives, people enter conversations with us and maybe aren't supposed to be there at that time. How do we gently ask them to leave without saying the words, you don't belong? If it doesn't exist in the divine vocabulary, it can't exist in our vocabulary as well. This real estate indicates it. This is the purpose of Torah. Hashem should bless us to realize that and appreciate that, and to create ourselves through this understanding to be that human being that He knows that we can be. Wishing everybody a Shabbat Shalom.